Can you envision an empire that stretched across continents, molded cultures, and confronted its own downfall? Today, we delve into the uncovered history of the Roman Empire, tracing its journey from inception during Augustus' reign to its eventual division and decline. From Gaul to Britain, Rome's expansion under strategic leaders such as Vespasian and Constantine reshaped the ancient world. Let's dive in. After Augustus became the emperor in 27 BC, Rome grew at a fast pace. Already, the empire dominated most of the Mediterranean and had vassal states like Numidia and Fries. Augustus also dedicated most of his time in consolidating Gaul, today's France, as a real province of the empire. Earlier, it was only one province at all. These efforts implied that Rome gradually grew outwards towards Germania. At first, Rome was able to defeat the Germans. However, the empire overstepped itself by levying the area. This led to an armed uprising and the destruction of a Roman army in the Battle of Teutoburg Forest. Rome later left Germany and concentrated on territorial gains in other regions. After Augustus, several emperors of his lineage sat on the throne of the empire. Within this short period of time, the Romans were able to invade the island of Britain, thanks in part to the strategic approach of a general named Vespasian. Augustus's bloodline came to an end with Nero, who was overthrown from power. This led to one of the many messy times in the empire, where there were multiple generals who were elected emperors by their troops. Finally, Vespasian was proclaimed the emperor, and he managed to establish a certain stability in the empire. This period is mainly referred to as the Pax Romana, or the Roman peace. This was because, while the war with the eastern power of Parthia and later the Sassanids continued, there was relative stability in the Mediterranean. This was all until the assassination of Commodus, which again led to another messy time when multiple generals were all declared emperors by their armies. Things were not so good within the empire either. Indeed, Rome's internal struggles meant that most of the time their armies were not available to help the locals fend off raids. This resulted in two large portions of the empire splitting away. Emperor Aurelian spent much of his time reconquering these regions. It was also around this time that a new religion was really beginning to take off, called Christianity. Ironically called atheists, this religion believed in one God and not the multiple gods of the Roman religion. This led to Aurelian blaming the Christians for Rome's current problems, with many followers of this religion being put to death in the arena. The second messy time came to an end with the rule of Diocletian, who split the empire into four smaller empires, each led by a Caesar. Diocletian educated the sons of these individual Caesars in the art of ruling, with one called Constantine joining his father in Gaul and Britannia. Constantine was crowned Caesar in Britain by his troops following his father's death, and quickly began to take over large portions of the other Caesar's empires. During one battle, Constantine had a vision of a Christian symbol, and so ordered his men to paint the symbol on their shields. Fighting in the name of the Christian gods, Constantine won the battle and became the sole emperor of Rome in 324 AD. Decades of persecution of Christians ended when Constantine declared Christianity to be the official state religion. As a result of ongoing battles with eastern kingdoms, Constantine decided to relocate the capital from Rome to a brand new city named Constantinople in order to be near to his adversary. But after Constantine's passing, the border issues only grew worse. The fact that the empire had essentially been divided into two halves, one controlled from Constantinople in the east and one from Ravenna in the west, did not assist with this. Because the east has always been wealthier than the west, it has been able to maintain its military outposts. Due to a lack of funding, the West frequently invited German invaders to join their army, with the promise of land in exchange for the Germans' assistance. After that, these Germans were deployed to fight other German raiders around the empire. The West gradually faded away, reaching a breaking point in 410 AD when they refused to pay the Visigoths, a group of Germans who had devastated Rome in retaliation. The Roman Empire's dominance in the West came to an end in 476 AD, when a German commander finally took Rome, ending a series of raids throughout the West. The fall of Rome in 476 AD is widely seen as the end of the Roman Empire, despite the fact that the eastern part of the empire remained and was more Greek than Roman. We appreciate your interest in our videos. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.